Hey, this is Tyson McGuffin. Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Pickleball.
All right, welcome back to the Average Joe podcast show. This is Randall, the producer, coming to you from JDQ Sports on thisweekinpickleball.com. We have on the line with us one Ryan Sherry, who's a former tennis player and all-around hustler. Hey, Ryan, are you with us?
I'm here. How you doing?
Doing well. And we're having you on because you're an avid tennis player. You've also become a pickleball player as well, too. We're looking at an article here that Harry Chickma wrote about you. Talking about how you played for the Gators from 2002 to 2006. And then as a junior, you correct me if this was your top year or not, you posted a 23-2 record and number 6 in singles. Is this accurate?
Yeah, it is. I was, like I said, I was, blessed, played a lot of sports growing up and, knowing I wasn't going to be 6 foot, basketball or football or, baseball was probably not going to be the sport. And luckily my parents picked wisely, and at 12 years old went only tennis. At 16 I was ranked as high as number 2 in the nation, and 18 I think 62 or 65 in the world was my high internationally. I traveled, I think I went to like 12 or 13 different countries. Got an opportunity to play the Junior US Open, which was pretty amazing to be in the same draw, in the same circle as guys like Robin Soderling, last night at beat Nadal at the French, or guys like Thomas Berdych, Marcus Bagdatis, Andy Roddick, the list goes on. So I didn't have the fortune to make a living off tennis like some of those guys I named, but still went to the University of Florida, top 5, top 10 school in the country, and won 2 SEC titles. And I'm more of a team guy, and our team was very good. Our number 7 player, the guy who played behind me, lost to Janko Tipsarevic, tiebreaker in the 3rd set, a week before he came to college. So our team was pretty competitive. But I knew my role in the team, and pretty much was pretty much guaranteed down there at court number 6.
Right, so you also had a quote from one Mr. John Isner as the best number 6 player of all time. Did John watch you play, or are you aware of this quote?
Oh yeah, of course. Florida and Georgia are biggest rivals, so we beat Georgia multiple times, they beat us multiple times, and I think about 2 of the times. The one good thing about college tennis is I don't care if you play 1 or 6, every point counts the same. So a couple of the times. It came down to the last match on. I think we were tied 3-3 because doubles, whoever wins 2 out of 3 doubles gets 1 point. And it came down to 3-all, and I was last match on. And I think 2 or 3 times I was the one that won that deciding match for the Gators to beat Georgia. But they got us a couple times too. Luckily I wasn't on the court last on, but Johnny's one of my buddies, and we've had some good times. Some wins, some losses, but I'm super proud of what he's accomplished. As a person, being a father right now, let alone as an athlete.
And for our pickleball listeners who may not be familiar with this college tennis, where are you at number 6 singles? Just give us a real brief, as brief as you can, kind of idea of how this works when you're competing in a collegiate event.
Basically, it's best out of 7. So what happens is 3 teams play doubles. There's 3 doubles matches. Then you play, 2 out of 3 set singles. Each match is worth a point. So if you lose the doubles point, you got to win 4 out of the next 6. To basically win the match. And I think that year we beat Georgia and we won SEC title. And even though I played 6, I was MVP of the SEC tournament, which for a number 6 player, and that was the whole tournament, the whole conference. It's kind of unheard of, but So I was, go ahead.
No, so you're representing the Gators, and was Isner playing for Georgia at this time?
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 of the years of my years we were, against each other. Isner was there. Kevin Anderson was at Illinois. Got the finals of Wimbledon 2 years ago, and then Benjamin Becker, who beat Andre Agassi in his last match before he retired. A lot of guys played with or played against, directly or indirectly, ended up making it.
Ryan Sherry, again, the best number 6 player of all time. He is also here on behalf of Legacy Sports He works with former NFL football players. Ryan, tell me just a little bit about that, if you will.
Yeah, no, I mean, currently our company, Legacy Pro Sports, has a little over 2,500 former NFL football players. My best friend and business partner and founder of the company, the co-founder, basically with the University of Florida. He played football, I played tennis, kind of the odd couple. And, after he finished his career, we always knew we would find something in business. And he kind of had the idea. I kind of put together some of the money from some people that I ran across, and fast forward, we're the largest sports company in the country right now.
And what do you do for these retired NFL players?
Well, when guys finish playing, a lot of times, they don't really communicate maybe with their agents or their managers, or some guys, they don't have financial advisors anymore, due to the fact that maybe they lost it, and or some financial advisors have been known to misappropriate money, and there's a disability that we can basically help guys get that was kind of taken out of their paychecks, and it basically it grows, and after they're done playing, they have an opportunity to go get it, and it's very hard to get. So we kind of just created a niche, and we're the go-to company for it. So majority of the guys finish. Whether you're a guy that played 1 year or you're a Hall of Famer, guys are giving us a call, and we'll help these guys get this almost $500,000.
Ryan Sherry, again, the best number 6 player of all time. That's from John Isner, and you are. And
I don't even know if he said it. I think Harry might have said it, and John agreed. But that's all. I'll take it if it's in the book.
Hey, it's online. It's in quotes, so we're going with it. And you were representing the Gators, and just to let people inside of your world how passionate you are about the Gators, Harry is also reporting that you slept in a orange and blue crib as a baby.
I mean, he didn't report that. I think I reported that. But yeah, no, it's true. Both my parents, Gators. My dad went to school there, and my dad was a pretty good athlete, played 3 sports, but didn't have any money. And kind of the reason why he kind of spoiled my brother and I, kind of gave us a lot of good opportunities just because of his upbringing. But he was a Gator, my mom was a Gator, and I took a couple recruiting visits to a couple of schools. I went to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I went to Alabama, Tuscaloosa. I was going to go out to. I went to Penn State actually, and at the end of the day, Florida only had I think 2 spots my year, and I was young for my graduating class, so there was kind of a chess game to see who was going to sign with what school. All
right, so we're going to get into your pickleball background here, the transition. We're also going to talk a little bit about when and how you knew Andy Roddick and played with him when we come back. So all of you pickleheads, stay with us. We're here with Ryan Sherry and his transformation into pickleball and playing with some of the tennis greats on the sport that we love, pickleball. We'll be back with more after this for the Average Joe Pickleball Show on the JDQ Sports Network for thisweekinpickleball.com.